She's just a girl and she's on fire.
So we only have a couple of minutes left to go. Do you ladies have any last comments? Nikisha, we'll start with you. Do you have any last comments?
I would just love for all beautiful Black people to close that gap that we start doing with the separation of, oh, you're natural, oh, you're biracial, oh, you have perm. If we could just close that and stop nitpicking and judging each other, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, Fran, hey.
Hey. Well, you know,
how that came.
Hey, love. Of course, my focus is going to be on health. Like, who cares? I mean, I can't lie. I have nothing against perms, but my concern is your health. You know what I mean? We don't know what's in these chemicals. We don't know the long-term effects of them. That's my concern. I don't care if your hair is straight or big or short or long. Like, that's not, to me, it's not a visual thing. I'm concerned about your internal. So even though I would never do a post bashing perms, but I just want you to be aware and do your research and make sure that it's something that you understand what it's doing to you, what it may be doing to you. But like, as far as, you know, a separation, I stay away from all of that, because to me it's just stay healthy and be aware of, you know, how you're treating your body.
I just have a quick question before we move on to you ladies. I'm not versed in everything hair or natural hair. I've always wanted to know, why do Latino women perm their hair or relax their hair in the first place? Just to get it straight?
Well, I mean, my mom actually, and she's Dominican, so she, after 50, almost 60 years of having her hair permed, just went natural because of all of us. She kind of was inspired. Yeah. And it was just a pressure, you know, it's that European ideal, you know, you just want to look as white as possible. And that is what was beautiful. It just wasn't accepted. The African root side of especially with Latinas, I think is something we struggle with. That African side is like, as much as you can see it, it's just not something that we want to talk about. It's something in our community that is a huge struggle.
But that's changing now.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of why I am so excited to be a part of the movement on both sides, because it's like, look, this is who I am, this is what I look like, and I want the little girls that see me growing up being like, well, she's okay, and she's cool, and she gets attention, and her videos get views, and she looks like that. So I'm okay. Yeah.
Taren?
I just feel like a lot of people are comfortable with boxes. So, in categories. So they're always trying to find a box. But it has nothing to do with race. Hair texture and race, there's no correlation
at all.
So it's like, you know, just be you. And especially with me having a daughter now, I'm very, very conscious of being who I am and having all, because all she, oh, can I have a puff like you? And I want to wear my hair out. And but then when she goes to visit her, you know, someone, cut. then when she goes around other people and I let her wear her hair out, and they'll say, you look like a wild child, what happened to your hair? It's like she steps back, and but she's very strong-minded, and she goes, well, my mommy says that my hair is beautiful just the way it is.
It sounds like you're talking.
And she's 4, so
that's great.
I'm doing something. I think we should all just continue to represent that in what we do with our platforms. So
Can I add on to Taren?
Go ahead.
I agree, for people especially that have children, like, what you show them is what they're gonna do. So if you're showing them like, I'm not good enough unless I straighten my hair or manipulate it, then they're gonna live like that. Because my son has a kinkier texture hair than I do, and he has an afro. Let's see if I can call him in. Jaden. Say hi. Anyway, I raised him to accept his afro, and there's been family members, friends, strangers that have said, what is that, dreads? What is that, locks? You need to cut it off. Give him a fade. Give him a shape up. Say hi.
Hi.
And I agree with Taren. Like, you have to help your children and help these younger generations to accept how they were born and who they are, and to make sure that they have a strong enough like core or foundation, so no matter if someone does say something negative, they're not shaken from that, and they feel beautiful from the inside out. Confidence. Feel like they don't have to change.
Yeah,
that's what I want to add.
Thank you for the addition. I loved it.
Repping for the moms. I have to kind of piggyback on what everyone else has said. I mean, I guess my perspective is that while I think the natural hair movement is really positive and I'm really glad to be a part of it, I think it's important to stress that I know it's not for everyone and not something that everyone's interested in doing. And I don't think that we have to have this ideal of if you're not accepting how your hair naturally is, then you hate yourself. Or if you're not accepting your body exactly how it is. Yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with change, you know, and some people need that change to make them feel good. And I think that as long as your focus is taking care of yourself and not harming yourself, then if you need a boob job, go for it. Like, I don't
make sure it's safe.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't go to some like, you know, discount alley or something. You know, as long as you're being safe and you're being smart. But if that's what you feel is going to make you feel good, then I say more power to you. Absolutely. No one should get in the way of you figuring out what's going to make you feel good about yourself and what's going to make you happy. And I think that when you get to that point, whenever it may be or however you have to get there, then what anyone else thinks isn't going to matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah. But you have to have that confidence within you.
It takes some time, and it takes some
what
time
everyone else thinks. There's the some will, there's the some won't, and there's the so what.
And you know what? When you get to that point, for me, when I realized I was at that point, is I really stopped not only worrying what other people were thinking about me, but I stopped worrying about other people. You know, I find a lot of times you see in other people things that you don't like about yourself or judgments or things that you wish that you had, or why does she think she looks like that? Why does she blah, 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 blah. As soon as I had my stuff together,
you don't see that.
Go ahead, do you, girl, because like I'm happy with how I am, so it doesn't matter to me if your weave looks a mess or I don't like your outfit or blah 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 blah. You literally stop thinking about what other people are doing, and you realize like then you see that in other people. You're like, oh wow, maybe she's thinking that crappy thing about me because she's not happy with X, Y, and Z. Exactly. It totally changes your perspective.
Yeah. So Brianna.
Yeah, just to say, I guess, wrap up what everyone else said, just, you know, it all boils down a lot of times to insecurities, you know. No one in this room, everyone has insecurities. That doesn't exclude us. It's just that sometimes we as women, being very uplifting and very positive to other people, we don't take our insecurities and lash out onto others because we're always about uplifting. But, you know, also too, a lot of the women that were making some of these harsh criticisms, I feel, because, you know, like, as I said before, the world, a lot of times, long time ago, people thought the world was flat, and they didn't realize it was round, and not seeing beyond the horizon. Just because it's not right there in front of your eyes doesn't mean that it's not attainable for you. So just talking about the physicality of the hair, and especially for kinkier textures, because I'm a 4C texture, there's a lot of women with kinky textures saying like, oh, you know, I can't grow my hair. Yes, your hair is growing, but it's all the things that you're doing to not retain any type of length. So are you putting heat on it? You're messing with it every day. Are you putting color in your hair? You're not wrapping your hair at night. What's your porosity? What's your pH balance? But this took us years.
There's a lot that goes into it. And I think that people have more, sometimes, don't hate me for saying this, I feel like some people who were relaxed have more patience, or who are relaxed have more patience with dealing with their relaxed hair than their natural hair. A lot of people feel like, I can't do this, I can't comb it, I don't know what goes with it.
The easy way out.
But that comes with loving your hair, because when I always say I was a born again natural, because when I first went natural, you know, I wanted curls like Taren. You know, I thought my hair was going to be coolly curly and beautiful, but I didn't realize like I had kinky textured hair, so it took me years. And then when I finally did fall in love with my hair, patience came, and I was taking the time. I was like, oh, my hair's fly after I finished my detangle session, and you know that comes with years. So you can become natural, but it also takes a point in time when you need to love your hair, because a lot of women don't focus on that. Actually loving the natural texture that comes out of their scalp. It's just not about being natural as well.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Nikisha.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to all our sponsors. If you haven't watched the video, The Secret to Long Natural Hair, do so. Follow these ladies if you aren't already. You should be. Follow Celebso. Thank you again for watching. And if you don't know the secret, it's patience. Thank you.
She's just a girl, but she's on fire.